Revelio. Revelio. The door is looking at us.
I'll be quiet. Books so rarely prepare one for reality. A real
Revelio.
goblin mine. It's even grander than I had expected. I cannot believe I met a goblin.
Let's just learn what we can and get out.
Look at this lift. Impressive workmanship for so simple a device.
Impressive workmanship aside, it's the only way forward. Confringo!
These machines operate on steam. Interesting.
Revelio.
I still can't believe we're inside a real goblin mine.
Revelio.
I've read about mines like this, but seeing one is something else altogether.
Accio. Revelio. Accio. We need to be careful, as I'm sure you know, not all goblins are as friendly as Lodgok, to say the least.
Find a plum job at Gringotts. Suit me.
Revelio.
Day. Mind you, suppose it could get a bit boring. Watch your step round here.
It's Totalis.
Little noodle calf.
That was a little more than I'm used to.
I'll get us through here safely, I'll meet. You have my word. We're being watched. By a door. Revelio. We won't get through as long as we can be seen by that eye. Revelio. Confringo.
Please don't do that. I feel like a character from one of the adventure books I read during the summer holidays.
Let's take a look around, Armeed. See if we can find any plans.
I'm quite good at sneaking. Bound to be plans around here somewhere.
Revelio.
A schematic. They're building something. I can't quite make it out. Curious. Let me know if you see any more plans or schematics. We can't return to Lodgok empty-headed.
Revelio.
If I'm translating this correctly, and I think that I am, they're building something rather large. But what? I will get to the bottom of what they've been building down here.
Get away when they see me, humans do. Every time.
Petrificus totalis. Revelio.
You ought to cut back on pudding. Mistook you for a troll the other day.
Petrificus totalis. Revelio. Petrificus totalis.
Who is it? Not your best moments, I fear. I shall avenge your death. I will have my revenge!
Oh, this healing is too much.
Revelio. Stay close. I've handled much worse.
Another boiler. This place is more complex than I had expected. Another schematic. What are they going to build? This mine is too small for whatever it is. There must be more notes around here. What could they be building?
Bombarda. Confringo.
Please don't do that.
Revelio. Bombarda. Revelio. Confringo! Accio! Revelio!
Yes, of course.
Revelio. Patricus Totalis. Too late for you to learn the error of your ways. Revelio.
Fascinating to see gobbledygook written in a goblin hand. The flourishes are extraordinary.
Revelio.
Please don't do that.
Revelio.
Devil's snare. Nasty stuff if we're not careful.
Not an entanglement we need right now. Revelio. Lumos.
Lumos!
Revelio.
It's always my turn to patrol.
Be quiet.
Revelio.
Seems
Patricus Totalis.
I feel as though I'm not alone.
Revelio.
have a brother who works at Gringotts. Couldn't pay me enough to sit behind a desk all day.
Revelio.
I could fall dead asleep on my feet, I could.
Petrificus totalis. Revelio. Petrificus totalis. Revelio.
How many of them are there?
That should be the last of them, Amit.
Right. Don't wish to be seen, do we?
Revelio. Confringo. Accio. Revelio.
This is not good. They're building enormous drills, bigger than this mine could contain.
Let's get out of here and tell Lodgok what we found.
I need a moment to catch my breath. This was more than I bargained for.
I'm glad you came with me, Amit. Now that we know what they're up to, we can get out of here. Revelio. Revelio. Aloha Mora. Revelio.
Please don't do that.
Revelio. We're almost out of here, Amit. Look, the lift.
A welcome sight indeed. Can we please talk about what...
That wasn't so bad, was it?
It was. It really was. I'm afraid I've had enough adventure for one day. For a lifetime, perhaps.
Thank you, Amit. I couldn't have done it without you. Now, if you don't mind, I'd like to have a word with Lodgok.
Understood? I'll leave you to it. Your goblin secrets are safe with me, but I get to write the book about this escapade someday. Without further ado, adieu.
They're building enormous drills. We found their plans. Ranrock must be searching for the repositories.
I fear you are correct. Other than Rookwood Castle, however, I do not know where else he plans to search.
I've been wondering about something else you said before we entered the mine.
Yes?
If you share Ranrock's views, then why are you helping me?
I expected Rookwood Castle to be deserted when I arrived to begin my search. So was surprised to find a witch there who had set up a sort of improvised research site. She was studying something so intently that she almost didn't notice me. When she looked up, I thought she would react with fear or disdain. But instead she did something that I will never forget. Without a moment's hesitation, she smiled and asked me to sit with her. She told me that she was a researcher and showed me a small, oddly shaped container with a strange symbol on it. She was certain it was made of goblin metal, but was unable to open it. She wanted to work together.
Miriam.
Yes. But how did you...
Professor Fig's wife. He told me of her research, and I know of the container.
Ah. The reverence with which she talked of goblins and their intelligence and skill, it caught me entirely off guard. I'd never been treated with such respect by a witch or wizard. So, to my surprise, I let her study the container if she would allow me to search the castle on my own. We parted ways, with her promising to share what she'd learned. More of Ranrock's recruits arrived, and we began to dig, eventually locating the first repository. Ranrock was thrilled with our discovery, but furious when I told him about Miriam. Berated me for trusting a witch, and I heard she had been killed.
You think Ranrock murdered her?
I don't want to believe it, but I don't know. After that, something shifted in me. I had seen how the power from the repositories was transforming Ranrock, transforming all of them. I could no longer remain a part of it.
Thank you, Lodgok, for telling me this.
I tell you all of this so that you understand what is at stake. Ranrock never found all of Bragbor's journals, but the ones he did find suggest that Bragbor at some point built a repository far greater in size than the one beneath Rookwood Castle. What you've discovered here today worries me deeply. If Ranrock learns of the location of that repository, I fear we shall be destined for a great war. I will find out what Ranrock knows. Watch for my owl.
Revelio.
Welcome back.
Hello, Professor. I have news. The goblins are looking for something. Another repository. They've built drills to help with their search.
Most troubling.
Are these repositories like the broken container I found at Rookwood Castle?
They are. I fear we have no time to lose. Have a look at the map. Fortunately, the next trial is fairly nearby.
It's Hogwarts.
As you know, I was headmistress in my time. My portrait hangs in the headmaster's office. In fact, I witnessed Professor Black learn of your arrival. And I'll confess that I wondered about you.
Wait, is the next trial in the headmaster's office?
It is. I had hoped that when the time came, the occupant of that office would be of help to us. Unfortunately, this headmaster seems wildly unconcerned with anything but himself. You'll need to access the office while he's away.
I understand. Very well. I'll find some way to get in.
Good. I shall meet you in my portrait there. Until then.